So Andy Reid Jr. says that Anthony Joshua likes the boxing skills, and he says that he vows to win again. So Andy Reid is talking confident ahead of a potential rematch with Anthony Joshua in November, though. Uh, According to sources, I think the rematch might happen in at MSG again in November, or it might happen maybe in the UK, maybe in Cardiff, or maybe in Wembley. I'm sure there's probably a lot of pressure on Joshua to take the fight in UK, so he can probably have like his home advantage. Well, Joshua probably is gonna have that like champions mentality where he wants to go back to MSG, and to say right the wrongs. But Andy Reid says here in this BBC article that the rematch is gonna be the same. I'm gonna be more prepared and more ready. I know his flaws. I can do a lot better. The only thing he can do is run around. He's not good at boxing. I can agree with the part where he says Joshua ran around because Ruiz is 6 foot. I don't know. Like it's been debated his actual height. Like he's I think he's down to 6'2", but he when he's standing like with regular folk, like regular people, just like in interviews and stuff, he looks like around like 6 foot or like a little or the top end of 5 foot, but he managed to walk Joshua down for like the whole fight and then drop him in round three, obviously, as we know, and then later on stop him and then claimed his four belts, the WBO, the WBA, the IBF, and the IBO here. Well, the California fighter put a beating on him. In the in this boxingscene.com site, I think Andy Reid said, "You know what? I think Eddie Hearn or his people are trying to get something out there about why he lost like that. But he fought a hungry guy. I was hungry. I was mentally focused for that fight, and I did not want to lose in front of my family or get beat up in front of my family." Well, Andy Reid is talking confident. He believes that he's going to beat Anthony Joshua in the rematch. Can Anthony Joshua beat Andy Reid in the rematch? Well, one thing I know for sure is that man can't come to the next fight and fight the same way. He can't come to the rematch like and fight the same way he fought in the first fight. Like if he comes, he should not be, in my opinion, he shouldn't really be exchanging with Andy Ruiz. One last thing you do not exchange with a man who's got faster hands than yourself. Joshua throws one shot, Ruiz comes back with 5 shots, 3 shots, maybe 2 to 5 shots. Extremely reactive fighter. Joshua, who's known to be quite robotic, quite stiff, is not gonna cope well exchange with a man who's got much quicker hands, much faster hands than himself. So what he needs to do, he probably needs to use his jab. Potentially, he might, if he's gonna win the rematch, he might have to go to like a 12 round decision or something. But this fight is a must win for Joshua. Like he can't lose to Andy Ruiz in a rematch. Like especially if he fights in the UK. If he fights in the UK, Sky get their way. He fights in the UK, loses to Ruiz in the rematch in a similar fashion, getting dropped, getting stopped. Like I don't know, like how Joshua's marketability is still gonna be working. Like, is he still gonna be fighting at Wembley, Cardiff, or is he gonna go back to fighting like O2, fighting lesser opponents, maybe like the Dominic Brazils? Is he still gonna be the cash cow that he is now? Remains to be seen. But one fighter Joshua probably needs to take a lesson or two from in relation to how to fight Andy Ruiz is probably this man on your right here, Joseph Parker. Now, Joseph Parker got a 12-round decision victory over Andy Ruiz Jr. in his backyard. To be fair, he won it in his backyard. So New Zealand fans, you know how boxing works behind the scenes. Lost to Anthony Joshua, but styles make fights. Andy Ruiz's style versus Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker has a bit more an advantage or a bit more balanced kind of competitive balance in terms of styles than Anthony Joshua to Andy Ruiz. So Joseph Parker says here in this boxingscene.com article where after speaking to Sky, he said, "I think the movement that I presented in that fight caused Ruiz Jr. a lot of trouble and caused him to miss a lot of shots. A lot of the shots there weren't really as big flush shots that landed. A lot of them were grazing shots and a lot of them were shots that I was able to maneuver and move back. Even though they were hitting me, it wasn't getting the same impact as it was on Joshua." Now, he also said AJ's style, when we see him fighting, he moves back but he moves back at a lot of the fights. He likes to come forward. I guess this sort of first experience of fighting someone who just continuously puts pressure on. So Joshua hasn't really fought somebody like maybe like Andy Ruiz is walking forward, lets his hands go. Closest person I know to Joshua that to Andy Ruiz that is fought is Povetkin, and Povetkin's old. He's like, how old's Povetkin now? 40? 41? So he's fighting Andy Ruiz, fresh guy, 29 years of age, fast hands, don't look the part, is the part. Joshua probably needs to, and his team, needs to take a look at the Parker fight. He needs to work on his head movement. Difficult for Joshua to make improvements though at the late stage when they're talking about fighting now. That's why some folks are probably saying maybe we should take a gap. Yeah, and just take a gap fight, take a fight, get the confidence back, try a few new things. But he wants to jump back straight in the lines then, and if he's gonna beat Ruiz, he's probably gonna have to take a note out of Parker's. But he needs faster feet, better head movement, not fighting robotic, not standing there to take Ruiz's shots, not exchanging with a faster man in the middle of the ring where you're letting one shot off, just like in round three. You drop Ruiz, thought Ruiz was hurt, started letting his hands go. Ruiz wasn't hurt. Ruiz ducked the shots, timed him, cracked him with the right, cracked him in the left foot, dropped him. Joshua went the same again. He can't. If he's probably going to win, it's probably going to be a 12-round decision. I'm guessing because I'm not sure if Joshua's going to be have the confidence to be letting his hands go as much as he would have, like he did in that round three. He's probably going to try to stick it with the strong jab, keep it at bay, nick the rounds probably. Well, it remains to be seen how Andy Ruiz will probably react to that, whether Joshua's still going to be getting walked down, but we'll see how this fight, how the rematch will be. Ruiz is talking confident. He says he knows Joshua's flaws, says he's not a good boxer. Well, he may know Joshua's flaws but to say he's not a good boxer, he's has taken out guys like Klitschko, took out Povetkin, took out tough, arguably tough fight. We took out Dillian White, stopped TK, knocked out Dominic Brazil. So he's taken out guys, knocked out certain guys. Well, so can Andy Ruiz actually say Joshua is not a good boxer? Well, he may say he can say that because he has stripped Joshua and in what I would say in embarrassing manner, stripped Joshua of his WBO, his WBA, his IBF and IBO belts and left him empty of the champion's title. So Andy Ruiz is the current unified heavyweight champion. Is this rematch gonna get made? Can and will Andy Ruiz's promoter, or we won't say promoter, say advisor, Al Heyman, will he find a loophole in the rematch contract so Andy Ruiz don't have to take the fight? Maybe he can unify with Deontay Wilder. Remains to be seen what's going to happen here because the fight hasn't actually officially been announced. So maybe they're just still looking for a location and everything. But Ruiz is confident. Joshua needs to get his head back together for the fight. We'll see how it goes. Maybe in November at the end of this year. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Who do you think wins the rematch? Does Joshua make the comeback? Should the fight be in the US? Should it be in Mexico? Should it be in the UK? Who do you think wins? Who do you think wins between Joshua and Wilder or Ruiz and Wilder? Drop your comments in the section. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me hear from you. Peace out, guys. Cool.